October 3, 1993. What was supposed to be a simple mission turned into one of the most intense and deadly battles in modern U.S. military history. The Battle of Mogadishu, also known as Black Hawk Down, was a desperate fight for survival in the streets of Somalia, where heroism, sacrifice, and unbreakable brotherhood were on full display. The United States had been involved in Somalia since 1992, initially as part of a humanitarian mission to help the famine-stricken nation. But by 1993, the focus shifted to taking down a brutal warlord, Mohammed Farrah Aidid, whose militia was attacking UN peacekeepers and humanitarian aid convoys. The mission that day? Capture two of Aidid's top commanders in a lightning-fast raid expected to last just 30 minutes. As the helicopters roared over the city, Rangers fast-roped down into Bakara Market, one of the most dangerous areas in Mogadishu, but things quickly took a turn for the worst. Suddenly, disaster struck. Somali militia fighters armed with RPGs hit Black Hawk Super 61, sending it crashing into the city. Immediately, U.S. forces rushed to secure the crash site. But then, another hit. A second Black Hawk, Super 64, was shot down. What was supposed to be a quick mission now turned into an 18-hour nightmare. U.S. soldiers found themselves surrounded by thousands of heavily armed militia. They fought street by street, using every ounce of their training to hold their ground. But at the second crash site, the crew was trapped, completely exposed to enemy fire. Realizing the danger, two Delta Force snipers, Master Sergeant Gary Gordon and Sergeant First Class Randy Shugart, volunteered for a nearly impossible mission: to be inserted at the second crash site and defend the crew with no backup. Armed only with rifles and sheer determination, the two snipers took defensive positions around the downed Black Hawk, laying down suppressive fire to protect Pilot Chief Warrant Officer Mike Durant. They fought off wave after wave of Somali fighters, running low on ammunition but refusing to retreat. When Gordon was killed in the firefight, Shugart retrieved his weapon and continued fighting alone. He fought until the very last bullet before being overwhelmed. Their bravery allowed Durant to survive, and for their selfless sacrifice, Gordon and Shugart were posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor, the first given since the Vietnam War. As night fell, the surviving U.S. forces were still under fire. With no armored vehicles able to reach them, many soldiers were forced to run on foot, under relentless gunfire, for nearly a mile to reach safety. This final act of endurance and determination became known as the Mogadishu Mile. By the end of the battle, 18 U.S. soldiers were killed, 73 wounded, and hundreds of Somali militia lay dead. The battle left a deep scar on U.S. foreign policy. Just months later, President Bill Clinton ordered a full withdrawal from Somalia. The harrowing images of soldiers' bodies dragged through the streets shocked the American public and made the U.S. more cautious about future military interventions, what became known as the Somalia Syndrome. But beyond politics, the Battle of Mogadishu was a testament to the bravery, sacrifice, and unbreakable brotherhood of the soldiers who fought there. Their actions, their courage, and their ultimate sacrifice will never be forgotten. In honor of the heroes of the Battle of Mogadishu, October 3rd to 4th, 1993, we will never forget. If you believe their sacrifice should never be forgotten, honor them by leaving a like and sharing this story of courage.